These Leafs prospects are shocking everybody, as well as Paul Maurice speaks out about Auston Matthews. We'll break all this down for you coming up on this episode of Hat Trick HQ. But before we get into that, we just want to say, if you're one of the thousands of people watching that aren't subscribed, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button, because me and Mark will be here all season long, keeping you up to date on what's happening around the league. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, and that is Paul Maurice comments on Auston Matthews. And some of you guys might have seen this earlier on Twitter or Instagram or any of your social medias. They say that someone asked Paul Maurice about stopping Auston Matthews, and he said the numbers suggest nobody can. And Mark, I just thought that was a great quote from head coach Paul Maurice there of the Florida Panthers. I think he's right. I don't think anybody in the league can stop Auston Matthews.
I mean, you've seen the first two games. The guy had two hat tricks back to back. So overall, this goal scoring has looked a lot better for him. He did come out and say, someone asked what was the difference this year, and he said his wrist was better. He had an off-season surgery last year. So having his wrist completely feeling better, him having 6 goals in the first two games, I think it's right on target saying that not anyone can stop him.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. I think Matthews is obviously one of the best goal scorer, if not the best goal scorer in the entire league. And it's going to be hard to stop him this year. I think he's in for a doozy of a year. Definitely hitting 60 in my books, and we can't wait to see it. Just thought we'd let you know about that because I thought that was a great quote coming out of Paul Maurice. But we're going to get into our next topic of the video here, and that is Grebyonkin impressing. And this might not be a guy who's on your radar, but he is a Leafs prospect now playing in the KHL. And on Tuesday, Nikita Grebyonkin tallied a primary assist with a 4-0 win. And so far this year in the KHL with Metalburg, he's got 21 games played, 7 goals, 12 points. He's a +7, and he's averaging about 13.25 time on ice. Mark, I know you know a lot about Grebyonkin. I know you're a big fan of him, and he's playing really well over there in the KHL right now. And it's someone that we might see make the trip overseas into training camp and into the preseason next year.
Yeah, just at the age of 20, this is quite impressive for him. I think it's third in the team in scoring with 12 points. So you look at this, he's a 20-year-old playing in a professional league. We've talked about it before. The KHL is one of these leagues that is not just a random league off in like a tier 3 or tier 4. This is the top league in Russia. There's a lot of high competition. And just seeing a guy that's 20 years old putting up 12 points, third in the team in scoring. I think he's roughly 195 pounds. He's 6'2". And the big thing about this guy too, he's quite a big guy with 6'2". Obviously, he's not 6'5" or 6'6", but he's a bigger body. He's really fast for his size. And the big thing a lot of scouts talk about with this guy is just the ability to get in fast, attack defenders, and his stick handling is great to the sense that he can get past the defender, stick handle his way past him as well, and easily bury a goal, set up an assist. And his development is looking a lot better as the years go on. So this is a guy definitely to watch that the Leafs could get to come over. If each year he develops a little more, it's a big thing for the Leafs having a big guy. He can score, skate hard, and his development could turn him into a good playmaker as well.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. And like you said, the KHL is a great hockey league. The atmosphere over there is unreal. But it is a great developmental league for these young European stars that are trying to break their way into the league. I think it's a good route for them to take, kind of stay close to home and be able to play hockey and continue developing your game. And, you know, we've seen recent stars in the NHL come from over there like Kaprizov, so maybe Grebyonkin is the next one. I think he's having a great year over there, and we hope to see him in Leafs training camp next year and hopefully into the preseason, maybe playing with the Marlies or the Growlers next year. I think he'd be a great addition to any of those clubs. But we're going to get into our next prospect here, and that is, everybody knows who this guy is. Easton Cowan is continuing to shine for the London Knights. And as we take a look here, Easton Cowan is on an incredible run. He continued it Wednesday against the Brantford Bulldogs as he collected a shorthanded goal, an even strength goal, and 2 primary assists in a 5-1 win. What a stat-filling game for him there. But so far in 4 games, he has 4 goals, 9 points. He's a +7, averaging 3.5 shots a game and 40.6 on the face-off win percentage as well. I think this guy's having a phenomenal year, Mark. Obviously, me and everybody knows, if you've been watching us for a while, how big fans we are of Easton Cowan. We just talked about him just a couple of days ago. Then he goes out and drops this doozy of a game, scoring 2 goals on even strength and a shorthanded goal and 2 assists as well. I think this guy's a phenomenal player. I think next year, I think he definitely cracks the Leafs roster at this point.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You look at Count, and it's impressive that he's playing the penalty kill. He can play the power play. We've seen him fight as well. This is just the making of a guy that's going to be hard to play against. We've seen a guy like Michael Bunting. Zach Hyman wasn't pesty in that sense, but he was the type of guy you didn't want to face off because he was going to be strong, he's going to be aggressive, and he might not throw the biggest hits, but he would make his presence there. So Cowan's almost a mix between two. You have a guy that can score, play make, play on both ends of the play where it could be the power play, the penalty kill. He's fast, and just seeing his development is just impressive for me as well. Because you look at this guy, he's a guy that can come up to the Leafs, like I said, play your penalty kill, play your power play. And I think he's a guy that could honestly maybe put up 60 points at some point of his career. I don't think this guy is going to go out and maybe score 30, 40 goals for you. But look at Brad Marchand, for example, in Boston. He's a guy that everyone hates, but if he's on your team, you absolutely love and adore this guy. And I think that's what Cowan could realistically turn into.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with you. And we're gonna show you this shorthanded goal from the other night. I think it's one of the best goals I've seen in a while, and I'm including that McDavid spinorama the other night. But this is amazing. He comes in, gets in on the break, goes backhand between the legs, and slides it past the goalkeeper there. What a beauty goal. I think this guy's continuing to develop, and he's developing into a great star in the OHL. And I really do think that that's going to carry over to the Leafs next year. And we really hope that he continues this up and that the London Knights go far and he gets to get that, playoff Memorial Cup experience to bring with him to Toronto next year.
Yeah, you can just see the confidence from this guy, especially being so young, just drafted, and getting the extended look in the preseason for the Leafs. This is definitely a huge confidence boost for him. You've seen it with his play on the ice, just his overall leadership, not being afraid to drop the gloves. I think this guy was an absolute gem when the Leafs drafted him. I know when we traded Rasmus Sandin, it kind of hurt. This was a guy that the Leafs fans did like and wanted to keep around. But you got to remember that we traded him for Boston's pick, which we did select Cowan at this position. So it does help a bit, and especially when Cowan, I do believe, makes the team next year. He'd be the perfect fit maybe to slot up with a guy like Matthews and Marner, or if you just wanted to run him in your middle six as a pesky guy with Tavares and Nylander, or whoever were running at their line center at that point.
Yeah, I definitely had to agree with you. And obviously, right now, he's playing very good on the faceoffs as well. I think it was like 40.5 faceoff win percentage. And I know the London Knights have great coaching over there. I think he can get those numbers up before the end of the season. And I know a big deal right now with a lot of young centermen coming into the league is their ability to win the faceoffs. We're seeing it right now with Connor Bedard. He's struggling at the faceoff dot right now. But I think if he can get the right coaching and just develop his face-offs even better than what he is right now, I think he'll be a great centerman in this league. But we're going to get into everybody's favorite topic here, and that is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Ardo. He says, I think it is smart to keep Nylander. Toronto will get a lot of regular season success with him. And I couldn't agree with you more, Ardo. Thanks for your support down below in the comment section. We love seeing all your guys' comments. Make sure to comment down below what your thoughts on these two Leafs prospects are, what your thoughts on Paul Maurice comments were, because I thought it was a beauty quote from him today. But let us know. You might be featured on the next comment of the day. And back to Nylander, obviously, you know how big fans of Nylander me and Mark are, and we really do hope this extension is signed soon, and we really like to see him have a great successful season in Toronto. But if you enjoy the Leafs, make sure to check this video popping up. Check out this video popping up on your screen right now. But I've been KC alongside my co-host Mark Pye. Keep your stick on the ice.